There's a lot that we know about how children acquire language and a lot that we know about how children learn language in instructed settings like schools, but actually not enough about how they come together in all the different kind of populations that we work with in the education system, in this country, across the English-speaking world, and more broadly internationally. My work is particularly concerned with the systematic side. I want to know how school systems and organisations like them can be better aligned and better supported so that teachers can do the work they need to do with the children. So there are just over 1.6 million bilingual children in this country, and we refer to them using the Department for Education's term EAL because they use English as an additional language. But that term EAL is really problematic. It includes children who have age-appropriate schooling, who have really strong family and community networks to support them, and it includes children without all of that. It includes children at the earliest stages of learning a language in early childhood, coming into preschool and reception, and it includes children in their late teenage years, and those children often coming from countries that have faced real conflict. They've often had very, very traumatic migration journeys themselves. That means that they often behave in ways, learn in ways, think in ways that are very, very different to what schools are set up for and what teachers are used to. So it's hugely diverse, this term. We haven't really got a handle yet on all the different things that it means. There's also been a big policy shift. So over the past 10 to 15 years, we've lost all guidance from the Ofsted inspectors' handbooks. We've lost all support from the DFE. We've lost a huge amount of expertise from local authorities. And that means that teachers are really struggling. They know how to teach, but they don't know that key, that secret sauce. What do bilingual children need particularly? And that's what my work tries to address. One of the things that we try to do in our research in publishing and teaching is to really break those down so that we can show, actually, this will work more likely with this group of children, or before you teach this group of children, these are the things that are most productive to check. Now that's a really kind of well broken down checklist almost, or set of tips, but it's based on that huge body of research that others, including myself, have built up. I think the most important finding doesn't come from a single study, but it's the composite picture built up over years of my work and other people's. Everything is possible. You have to rebuild huge chunks of the education system as it relates to bilingual children if you want to have that impact. Teachers don't learn how to support bilingual children in any depth when they go through their initial teacher education. It's not something you can do further qualifications in very easily. There's not a huge amount of really high quality CPD or professional learning that teachers can do. But what we found is that if you can take the research and translate it into a form that's genuinely useful to people, they'll run with it. And actually we've had huge success in rethinking how we present our research findings, how we shape them and share them, so that they make a real difference in schools around the country and internationally. I think the research is valuable because it generates knowledge. It is research for research's sake. We don't know enough about how children acquire an additional language in an instructed setting, in a mainstream school setting, and that's intrinsically worth researching. It tells us a lot more about how people learn and children learn and languages are acquired. I think if I hoped for anything for the research, it would be to make a concrete difference. If we can take these findings and get them to actually work for people so that teachers and school leaders have access to really robust, evidence-based ways of working, then we know that we'll equip the 400,000 teachers in this country, the millions of teachers around the world, with the tools that they need to make a real difference.